Hey Ringside crew, welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. And now here's your host, Joe Panther III.
Hello there, wrestling fans, and welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I am Joe Panther III, and man, you're in for a fright. I mean, in for a treat tonight, fans. Like, part twos usually are really not fun, but this one is going to be so much fun. Welcome back, my guest, the Witch of Wrestling. Welcome back, Jay. Welcome
Hi.
back.
Yeah, thank you for having me back.
Yes, it's an honor because you were fun last time. We had a lot of fun just talking wrestling and just going on. So, like, what have you been up to? Like, what have you been doing? What kind of training and traveling you've been doing lately?
I've just been wrestling around. I think I've debuted in Georgia since the last time I was here. I can't remember exactly when I was last on this. But yeah, I had my Georgia debut, which was fun. I'm just trying to knock off a few more states and just wrestle everywhere.
Awesome. That's really awesome. Like, have you thought of coming further east, like to PA or Ohio or stuff like that?
Well, I've already done Ohio, but yeah, Pennsylvania would be nice to hit up.
Awesome. Well, as you know, I live in the Keystone State, and there's like tons of indie promotions. There's like PPW and Slatington that I go to quite often. And also, remember, what you got to definitely go check out Salem. You got to go to Boston, that area. It's just a lot. I can't even name them. There's like so many promotions in Boston that I think you would really fit in with. Lucky. Oh my gosh, there's so many. And in New York, of course, the Big Apple. You're the queen of the apple, so like you gotta come to the Big Apple. You gotta come to NYWC, Hog. Oh my gosh, Victory Pro Wrestling. It's like, oh my god, there's so many promotions that I think you would fit in. And a promotion I'll be going to tomorrow, the New York Wrestling Connection. They have a women's division, but it's just like there's just almost the same ladies coming through the door, and why not blow the door off the hinges with the Witch of Wrestling?
Mm-hmm. Right? Hey, you can always just talk to the people there. It's like, hey, this person you want on the show, you know?
Oh, I'll be there tomorrow, so I'll podcasters, like that TikTok. Yes, I'm a podcaster. Of course, I'm gonna have my phone in my hand. I don't have my phone in my hand at 24 hours a day, getting zapped by random things. It's weird being like back in the day when I first got Instagram. I didn't get this many notifications. Like my phone's always going woof woof woof. Like I'm like,
yeah.
And now I know how you guys feel.
Yeah.
Every hour, every minute, somebody's zapping you. Like, who's talking to me today? So, like, have you really stepped back and looked at like what you've been doing so far in your wrestling career?
Well, I just hit 1 year of having matches back because it was like June last year I started having matches. So it's kind of crazy that it doesn't feel like it's been that long.
Wow.
But yeah, I don't think I've really kind of taken a second to look back on everything.
I asked this was supposed to be your opponent, but the match never happened. But Sam Street did throw a little mud. She was like, "Oh, I didn't get a chance to face her. Oh man, you had to bring her up during my podcast." But are you still on the trail to find Sam Street?
Yeah, I mean, I retained my championship at All Star Entertainment against her, and then we had another championship match at a different promotion where she won the title. So I gotta go after that title too. So I have to keep going after Sam.
I know you probably have like a little doll with a blue top and black trunks sitting around your pot. I know it must be somewhere in there. It has to be there. I'm not making a premonition or anything. Is there?
I haven't done a little doll of her, but I have burned her photo into the cauldron
I'm
before.
I'm bringing back the door. I'm sorry. I'm opening the door a little too wide. I'm like, am I going a little too far today, Jeff? I've had this awesome lady on the podcast before. We talked about all the fun stuff. So, have you been watching anything fun on the Netflix or like the Hulu's or the Disney Pluses? Anything? Any series?
Well, The Boys just came back, so like everyone else, I am watching The Boys right now.
Okay, cool. I went back and I have Paramount Plus, so I started watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles again, the original, the old G. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh. I forgot how fun that was to watch Ninja Turtles and hear that theme song and just like that room, and then the theme song starts and I'm just like, man, as a kid, I had the best cartoons. Like, jeez. Like, uh it's funny like to think when you as a kid you had so many cartoons and things to watch. But in your case, did you get a chance to like go back and watch a lot of your TV shows and cartoons on all these apps now, or have you had a chance to watch them yet?
Um, I'm trying to think. Have I? I mean, I haven't had much time to really watch too much TV, unfortunately. Um, like occasionally I go back to watching Bewitched. Because I don't know, I like some of the old TV shows from before I was born, you know.
Hmm.
But ones that I grew up with, yeah, I haven't had much time to really go back and watch them.
Mm. Yeah, I started watching all of that, and then that show came out, the
Oh
one that
no.
came out, and everybody's like, "Oh no!" And I'm like watching all that, going, "Uh, should I be worried?" My sister's like, "Don't be worried. You weren't on the show, so you won't be canceled." And I'm like, "But I like the show. Will I get in trouble for saying I like?" I said this to my buddy Rain from Ghost at Nerd Talk. We were doing a topic about favorite TV shows, and I immediately said, "Will I be canceled for saying I like all that?"
I think you're okay.
But my buddy Rain's like, "I think I'd be canceled." I said, I like the Amanda show." like, that means you're supporting Amanda. So it's like, if you don't like it, then you don't get supported.
Yeah.
So, um, have you like been eyeballing any other opponents like solo on your journey yet?
Well, tomorrow I am facing Evelyn Sage. That is at West Virginia Wrestling Federation / Mountain Mamas Wrestling. So they have a whole like women's show that they partner up with. They're kind of like the same thing, but they have a lot of women on it.
Ooh,
So that show is going to be very woman match heavy, which is amazing. Probably about half of the show is
I
probably
love that.
women.
I love hearing that stuff because I love women's wrestling. Hashtag women's wrestling. Support it. Do you know if there's any tickets? If any of my fans are watching from in West Virginia right now or listening on Spotify, um, do you know how much the tickets are and when the show starts tomorrow?
So doors are at 6. Show is at 7. Tickets are only $10. It's in Parkersburg, West Virginia.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
and me and Evelyn are both making our debuts for that promotion.
That's funny. You're both debuting because it's not always a stress for you that you have to get there. You have to practice the moves and get in the ring and be able to talk to Miss State. I can't. The name's making me bumble my words. Like the mom's making me bumble my words, and I haven't even done anything yet. Mom, that's not my channel. I did not watch that. You know what I mean? Like it's both your debuts. Is that for you because you've wrestled for like a year? So is that nervous for you? Did that make you nervous because you have to go to some new location?
No, at this point I'm used to it because I've worked like multiple promotions, and some promotions like have different venues that they use, so they switch it up. So I'm used to going to a new place. But yeah, I'm excited to check out this place and, see how it goes.
Mm. How long of a drive is it for you, or a fly? How long is it? Of how long do you have to fly on your broomstick to get to this place?
It's an annoying 6 hours.
Oh my god. Geez, take some breaks, go to the gas station, get some like energy, get some new apples, just
Yeah.
keep the same. Check out for the little kids, see if they fit in your pots. Like,
Mhm.
So when you're on the road like that, do you have to like like get pack like a lunch, or like a dessert, like a breakfast lunch, and then wait to eat your dinner?
So I have a bad habit of just getting fast food while I'm on the road. um, yeah, I'll bring snacks sometimes if I remember to, but otherwise I usually just kind of pick up something at Taco Bell or Burger King.
So what is your go-to on either the Taco Bell menu or the other menu you just said?
So I'm vegan. I
Oh,
have
no.
more options at Taco Bell because of that. But usually Taco Bell, I'll get the black bean crunch wrap without the dairy stuff, so no sour cream, no cheese. But then I'll add in guacamole, potatoes, and rice to make
Mm,
it a bit more filling, and it's really good.
awesome. It's one thing to go regular menu, but it's for you. You're a vegan, so like when you go to like a different restaurant, do you have to like always tell them no dairy? And because you probably like, if you're a vegan, is it harder to go, and you're a wrestler, is it harder to like order out like a Taco Bell? You can get the bean crunch wrap, but like other stuff has the meat and the chicken in it. Like, what do you do? Just say no chicken, just beans?
Yeah, so if I want any of the stuff at Taco Bell, like before I used to get the crunch wrap still before I had the black bean one, and I would just sub out the meat for beans and, say no, none of the dairy stuff and still added the same thing. So I'm still doing the same crunch wrap now, but it's one less thing to change about it.
Mm,
So like that's what I really love about Taco Bell. Like I can also get their tacos, but tell them to do beans instead of the meat.
mm. That's the good thing, that most places will not change out the item. You know what I mean? They will say
Mhm.
it's all. It kind of creeps me out that like, oh, the stuff's already, like when you order a salad at certain restaurants, they're like, oh, the salad is already still together. I'm like, how's that legal? But then I remember you can go to like the grocery store and get the bag of lettuce that it's all
Mhm.
together. But yeah, have you ever gone to like McDonald's? Like, if you do, like, what do you get? Just
Oh,
one
there's
salad?
nothing to eat at McDonald's except for the only vegan thing at McDonald's is you could get the bun with nothing on it, except for, like onions and lettuce and ketchup, I guess,
Mm.
or apple pie and a soda.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
somehow the apple pie is vegan there, but not even
They
the
probably
fries
didn't
are
add
vegan
something
at
to it.
McDonald's.
That's why. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, for you, like, do you ever stop at any of like the Wawas, or what's the other one? Bucky's, or any of those places on the road?
so those are my favorite places to stop because their bathrooms tend to be cleaner.
Mm,
Uh, but I don't usually get food at them, but I do know that Sheetz has the Beyond Burger there, so I could eat vegan there if I
mm.
wanted to.
It's funny. I'm from PA. I'm taking a trip in next month with my family, and that's the one thing I told my mom, Jade. I was like, can we please stop at a Bucky's? And she's like, why? I'm like, every professional wrestler that I've talked to for 4 years, Ric Flair style, woo, has told me you have to go to Bucky's. And I'm like, you have to go to Bucky's? Yes, you have to go to Bucky's because they have everything, and their bathrooms are like a hotel because the doors are like from top to bottom.
Oh my
They're
god,
not
yeah.
they're not like a creepy, oh, I'm looking at you as you go and potty.
Mhm.
Disney. It is. It truly is the Disney World of gas stations. It truly is the Disney World of gas stations. You got that right. It's like, since you're a vegan, the thing that they have there, I don't know if it's vegan options, but you can get nuts, like a bag of nuts.
Okay, I would assume they would be vegan unless if they have like honey in them, or some dry roasted nuts have gelatin in them for some reason, so they're not even vegetarian, and that's just weirds me out.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Just weird. So like, do you eat your dinner after your match, or do you try to like gobble something down right before it?
Usually before I'll have a snack. But yeah, I don't have an actual meal until after.
Mm. So, what do you exactly do after the match, after the show? Do you run to like the Taco Bell or any of the local places that you feel that's yours, or do you just like on the way home, or when you go to the hotel, then you gobble it down?
Usually I just go to it and I'll eat in my car, and then I'll go back to driving because I don't usually spend the night unless it was really far away anywhere. And I just, will drive home. Like even if it's like 6 hours, I'll still like drive home.
Mm.
But yeah, this time I'm just gonna go to Columbus, Ohio to visit some friends. So I'm gonna be staying with a friend there. So it's only gonna be like I think a 2 hour drive back over there
Mm.
after the show. Um, but I'm probably still gonna eat in my car and then drive.
Yeah, that's the best bet, because like if you stop and you eat somewhere, then you're gonna be tired, and then you're eating, and then you're traveling tired. You know what I mean? You're like,
Mhm.
ugh, I'm driving. And then what if you're like there's no gas station within like 5 or 10 miles, and you gotta go to the bathroom, and then your stomach hurts and you're all mad. You know what I mean? It's so like, have you seen any like newer wrestlers on the horizon that you really want to work with that you haven't worked with yet?
I haven't worked with yet. Oh my god, what is her name? She's not newer. She has more experience than me, but she is on the East Coast. I think it's Kaya or Kaya something, and she's the Good Witch.
Mm.
So the Wicked Witch versus the Good Witch seems like that would be a fun matchup.
I swear, if you two ever get together and do a match, we have to be in contact, and we have to make it a rivalry episode, because
Mhm.
I love doing rivalry episodes. It's just the two of the girls and just Joe here just doing this. This is gonna get so many views. I'm just going, the Jerry Springer in the corner. She called you a puta. How do you feel about that? That's what I'll just sit, because I had a Canadian rivalry, and it was two wrestlers, Danny Leo and Kat. I can't Kat. They're both Canadian, and they just said, Joe, just stand there, ask one question, and we are taking over. I asked the one question, and it was a kind of a botched question because I asked about blah, blah, blah. And the girl's like, oh, that was me. That's her. And the Cat just said something to Leo, and Leo just like back and forth. And then Cat walked away from the camera, brick wall behind her. Leo's like, that's it. I'm out of here. Camera was just me. And it was just like, and have a good night, everybody. That's how it ended.
Mhm.
That's how the podcast ended, and it got so many views. Cat's like, "How you do?" When we were done, Cat was like, "Joe, you okay? How did it go? What did you think?" I was like, "I should have did that live. That was amazing." That
Yeah.
was like so like, I didn't even know what they were gonna do. They didn't even tell me. They're just like, "Don't worry, Joe.
Mhm.
Just sit back. You'll see. Just watch." I'm like, "That's why I love." My dad watched. Like, he's like, "Did you anything that was gonna happen?" And I was like, "I had no clue." And he's like, no. I said, they just told me to sit back and like watch. He's like, you should have got popcorn. I'm like, I wish I had popcorn. That was so much fun. I'm like, I need to do more of those. Like, mm. Oh, here we go. I got this for you. When you're traveling, have you ever packed a fruit salad?
No.
Mm. Okay.
Why?
No, I'm just wondering because like that's one thing that wrestlers I've never asked anybody had they ever packed a fruit salad in their in their satchel, because some people have like granola bars or they have like this or that, but I never asked if they packed a fruit salad because that's easy to get rid of if you don't eat it and it doesn't if you don't eat it that day and you forget it's there and it goes bad. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, usually snack wise, well, I have my apples. So after the match, if it's still intact, I will actually clean it off and eat the apple as a snack afterwards.
Imagine a kid sees you eating that, and if they're like, "Oh my god, she ate her own apple," you're like, and just fall over.
And then I'll have like nuts or protein bar.
Okay.
Yeah, that's usually what I have snack wise.
So, how's the merch stand coming out? Did you get any new shirts? Did you get any new stickers? Anything?
So I have a couple shirts I put on Pro Wrestling Tees. So far nobody's gotten them yet, but I'm trying to save up some money so I can actually get them printed and then be able to sell them in person.
Mm. So, is it tougher to travel with your merch? Like, if you have to be in the car, I know you have to be in the car. It's like easier. Have you ever taken a train to another city?
I haven't, but I do live somewhere where I can easily take a train to another city because we have a train station right downtown, and it'll take us all the way up to the East Coast. So I haven't done that. I haven't flown for a show yet, but I might be wrestling in Mexico later this year. Very big emphasis on the might because it's not a sure thing.
Well,
But if I do, I'm going to have to figure out how to transport all of my stuff on a flight.
yeah. Like you're gonna have to send it FedEx and the night overnight it so you catch it at the hotel you're going to. You know what I mean?
Well, my family has houses where we're going. It's going to be Guadalajara, Mexico. That's my family's from Jalisco, and we have a couple houses there. So one of the houses in Guadalajara. So I'll be staying at our own house. And I have family there. So if I need to actually ship anything, I'll probably ship it to my cousin.
Yeah, one of my buddies, Marauder, he just said that. He works with a band, so he understands. He understands that stuff.
Yeah.
Have you one thing, if you're going to Mexico, have you practiced your Spanish yet?
Well, it's my first language.
Okay. There's certain people that I'm sorry.
Yeah, so it's just it's not that hard. Plus, I get to practice Spanish a lot at home because my husband is learning Spanish. He's been doing it for a year now, so he likes to use it every once in a while, or ask me like, "Hey, what's this in Spanish?" Or like, "How do you say this like in a grammatically correct way?"
So you live with the awesome Google Spanish translation. That's cool. You know what's funny? If you get a chance to go to Mexico, you could always make a cool Spanish Day of the Dead kind of promo. Where and have like the lightning in the background with your pot and then saying everything in Spanish like a spell and then say hola. Like do it in Spanish. Have you thought of that yet?
No, I'm thinking I'm just going to do my promos like the regular way, do it, but just in Spanish.
Okay. I could see it now. You're like, I could see the Instagram now. I'm going to be like, and now I'm going to be like, cool promo. I need to send this video to Google. Or like, is there a way you can make the subtitles, if you're speaking in Spanish, make it in English? I don't even know.
We could edit those in. So they can be in English for the English speaking people.
Yeah, that's me and everybody else. I'm Puerto Rican, and then it's just like me, like watching my dad and his brothers talk, and I'm just like this, ping pong. saying? Is it about me? Am I in trouble? That was like every time at Guala's house. I'm just like, are we about to eat or am I in trouble? Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, the chancla is not coming up. It's still sitting on the side of the couch, so I'm safe. I do smell rice and beans, so I'm safe. Like, about to eat. Yeah. So, like, I love your hat and I love your gear because last time you didn't have your like outfit on. So, like, do you want to talk about that, or you like you want to not touch on that yet?
So like what I'm wearing right now.
Yeah.
Well, this is my, witch hat. I guess I can lower it so you can see more of it.
Where did you get the hat? Because you weren't wearing the witch hat last time.
I just didn't put it on. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I know I didn't. I was pet sitting, so I didn't have stuff with me.
Yes, you were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm actually at my house, so I have all of my stuff with me.
With your match tomorrow, like, what do you like? What kind of training have you or stuff research you had to go through when you're with you wrestling your opponent?
So I've looked up her stuff. Like, she has some matches online, so I could, see how she works and everything. And I'm prepared for the granny candies and all of that from her. But yeah, just, seeing what she's doing so I know what to expect from her.
Awesome. It's one thing nowadays, you can find wrestlers everywhere on the social medias. Have you ever gone on Instagram or YouTube and looked your name up to watch some of your matches that they have up there?
So most of them I posted myself.
Okay.
So I know that they're there. But yeah, no, I definitely watch back all of my matches and then like cringe and be like, okay, I can do better next time.
So do you remember your very first match you ever had? And what were you wearing? Like, who did you face and what kind of outfit were you wearing? If you remember?
Let's see. Who was my first match? It might have been Sam. Yeah, it might have been Sam. And I was just wearing my, first set of gear that's green and black. That's in all my promo photos. Yeah, I just got new gear that is red and black. The same kind of style. It's really cool. I've only wrestled in that set of gear once so far. It's that new.
That's cool. Yeah, If you haven't had a chance to see her new gear, it's in the promo picture that is connected to this episode. It's on the thumbnail. You had to have seen it already. If you've seen it, you've seen it, So, like, how long does it take you to find gear, or do you just send like a drawing to like a gear maker, or do you go to like a thrift store to look for like gear for like leggings or tights or like anything for like a new outfit?
So I get mine done by Daryl Apparel. And I contacted her with some reference photos. Like, I kind of want to look kind of like this. And she drew up a really nice mock-up, which was amazing. And I was like, yeah, let's make that. So she made that first set. And then I had some critiques on it. Like, I think, like it needed a bit more support and stuff. So I told her that. And then she came up with the red gear. She made that first set. And then I had some critiques on it. Yeah. Like, I think. Yeah. So she's just kind of improved the design. And now I want more gear that's, like the red and black one now. I just need to get more money for that.
Awesome. So, in closing, like, if there was any kids out there that are looking to get into the business and they just don't know what kind of training or what to do, they just don't know what kind of advice would you have for them?
My advice would be to find a really good wrestling school near you, or even travel to a good one. Like I was living in Ohio and I traveled to Florida to train at Flatbacks for 2 months. And then if you're in Ohio, I did also train at the Ohio Pro Wrestling Academy, and they're really good. Uh, so those are a couple good options. I heard Dustin Rhodes School is very good as well. Um, the benefit with Flatbacks, if you want to travel to one, is that they do have a couple of properties that they rent out to their students during the 8-week course, which is why I chose them over Dustin's school, because I could easily find a place to live at for temporarily while I was down there.
Yeah, that's the most important part. If you're like training somewhere, you have to find like a B&B that would let you just stay there and then leave and go to this place to train and then come home. You know what I mean? Like somewhere to crash. You're not just gonna be like, "Hey, Justin, can I sleep on the couch in the lobby here? Do you think that'd be cool?" Like, yeah,
Yeah.
guys have showers. You know, you're a wrestler. You need somewhere to lay your head at the end of practice. You're not gonna say, "Lobby's my spot. I got this pillow and this couch. We're good." Like,
Yeah, so that's definitely my biggest thing of advice: find a good school to train at. Don't just find some random people that will train you improperly. And then, just keep at it, keep training. Try to be confident, because a lot of times people don't have confidence in themselves, and then that can help like deter them from being as good as they can be.
definitely. Jay, Jay Alejandra, I want to thank you so much for coming back on the podcast. So, I want to wish you nothing but the best of luck in your match tomorrow and on the rest of your journey this year in 2024. And definitely when you're ready to come back on again, whenever something else comes up, because I sensed the spell and I had to come and have you back on, because we had a blast last time, and this time even more fun. So thank you very much. Good luck tomorrow in your match. People, don't forget to get your tickets for tomorrow's show. Go to what do you know where their Instagram is?
I know they have Facebook. It's West Virginia Wrestling Federation, or yeah, it's that WVWF.
Okay. Don't forget to get your tickets. Go hang out with Jay Alejandro tomorrow as she gets her victory, because, she's awesome, so she's going to win. I'm Joe Panther III.
I'm Jay Alejandra.
And we will catch you in the next one.